In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Ample Sound's Jaco Fretless bass, and I have a giveaway. Hi folks, I'm Mike and I hope you're well. So yes, today I will be reviewing Ample Sound's new Jaco Fretless bass, and it wouldn't be an Ample Sound video if I didn't have a giveaway. In fact, I have 3 full licenses to give away for you guys, and I will give details of that at the end, how to enter and how to get a couple of extra chances to get your hands on those licenses. So watch the video, find out about the plugin, and then find out how to review at the end. But let's get stuck in, let's look at that plugin. So here we are looking at the Jaco Fretless bass. Now this bass guitar has a lot in common in terms of features with the other bass guitars in the Ample Sound range. So I won't be going through all of those features because I've already covered them in another video, and I'll put a link to that up above somewhere or down below. Instead, I'll concentrate on what's unique about this particular bass guitar, and there's some very nice features with it indeed. Now, why is it called the Jaco Fretless, you may ask? Well, some of you may know, it was actually inspired by a bass guitarist called Jaco Pastorius, who was a very awesome jazz bass guitar player in the 70s and 80s, and he played in a band called Weather Report with a bunch of other people, and he was really what you would call a virtuoso bass guitarist. Now, he had an upright bass which completely fell apart one day, according to him, and he decided to take to his Fender jazz bass and he removed all of the frets himself and then filled them in with epoxy resin. Now, when you make a bass guitar fretless like this, it really does change the sound. First of all, the strings are not making contact with frets anymore, but instead they're actually making contact with the wooden fretboard. So that makes a change to the tone of the strings and the sound of the bass. Second of all, when you slide up a string, you're actually making a progressive slide from one note to another. Whereas on a fretted instrument, as you slide up the string, as the string makes contact with each fret, it jumps to each semitone on that string. So it's a very different sound when you do slide. So that all adds together to make a very unique and nice sound to the bass guitar. And talking about the sound, let's just have a general listen to the sound. Now, I'm not a jazz player. I'm just not a jazz player at all. So I've put together this little groove, and have a listen. This gives you an overview. Now that is not a bad starting point for a sound at all, but it's kind of the DI sound. So the first thing I'm going to do is just chuck on one of the amp simulators, because it really does make it sound very nice indeed. So I'm just going to go across to that, and I'm going to choose this one. There's 3 basic ones that you can choose from, but I'm going to choose this this valve one here. I really like it. I'll switch it on. Have a listen to the difference in the sound right away. I think you'd agree that it's just much richer and nicer. So that is the basic overall sound of the bass guitar. Now there's a lot of things going on in that little bass part I've written there. There's the notes themselves. I've got some clicks and hits going on. I've got some slides between notes, all that kind of good stuff. So let's delve into how you go about doing that on one of these instruments. I'm going to go over to the piano roll here, and you can see sort of the beginning part here. Now this part in the middle, that's where the actual kind of main notes are. Have a listen. And up the top here, I have some clicks and hits. There's little clicks up here, so these types of sounds. And then there's key switches that go on for the slides. They sort of happen down here. There's a whole bunch of key switches on all of the Ample Sound instruments which control things that happen. And there's also some things that happen at the top here, key switches again. I'll go into that in a moment. First of all, let's go down the bottom here. This key switch I've got here just kind of sets it back to the default sound, just a normal plucked string. And you'll see one just here this part down here determines that there will be a slide. So you can see here that it happens just before these notes get hit and that these notes overlap, and that makes this sound. So that's how you control things like the slide. And then just at the top here, this is a pretty important one. This makes sure that that note gets played on the third string or the second string. I can't remember now. The third, well, what I call the second string, I guess. So have a look what's going on over on the bass guitar. We'll put that up. You can see that slide happens on one string, and that's very important because if you try and do a slide between two notes, which isn't possible, for example, an open string and then slide up to a note on that string, or when the two notes are existing on two different strings, then obviously a slide can't occur. So you actually need to set that up and make sure that you do. Sometimes you have to set it up, I should say, to make sure that it gets played on a particular string. I'm going to go on to another example now, which is more of a kind of a ballad type of a thing. So again, a lot done there with actual key switches, this time mostly in the bottom here. And again, I've just highlighted those string slides that you can do on a fretless bass, which give it its charm. They happen down here. Here I'm setting up with this one down here, setting up for the slide. And here I'm setting it back to a regular mode where I'm not going to have slides. So I do that, and then a little further on, you probably notice some nice harmonics there. Again, here, this really long key switch here because I played it live. And that sets up the harmonics. So you can get some very, very nice tones out of this bass guitar indeed if you want to make that kind of sound. So Mike, you'll be asking, how can I win one of the plugins in this giveaway? Well, it couldn't be easier, my friend. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube so that you get notified about my future videos. Because one of those future videos will be the announcement video to tell you who the winner is of this giveaway. And if you're the winner, you'll be wanting to see that to find out how you can claim your prize. Now, the next thing I want you to do is head to the comments down below and let me know how you would use this plugin if you win it, what kind of song you would use it in, or what kind of music in general you're going to use it in. I'd love to hear all about that. Now, you can also get another couple of chances to win in this giveaway. If you head over to my Twitter account and find the tweet about this giveaway and retweet it, you will be entered a second time. Now, if you head over to my Facebook account and share the post about this giveaway, you will also get another chance to be entered into the draw, giving you a total of 3 times in the hat for this draw. If you did like this video, then please do hit the like button. If you didn't like this video, why are you here? I don't understand. Just hit the dislike button twice and make sure you share this video with all of your friends and family to tell them how terrible it is. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere you can to let them know all about my videos. I will be seeing you in the next video, and I hope you will find one of these 2 videos right here very, very interesting. Go on, click it now. Now, go on, click.